Hello, welcome back to HaldenMarineService on our series of how do we do that? How does it make it happen? In this video, we're going to do Pump B on those people who own a Cape Horn Extreme. This is the only time you're going to see this particular thing. On our Pump B on a Cape Horn Extreme, because you have two feed pumps, Pump B is the one that is reorientated. Great videos from Spectra on the 12-volt systems, but what we realize, there are people out there with 24-volt motors, and it is a bit different to change this around. So I'm just going to give you a quick idea how to do this. There are a few tricks to do. First of all, just the tools that we needed. Okay, just basically 5/8 inch socket. I got a long one there and a short one with a ratchet, and a T25 Torx driver. A lot of these pump heads come with Torx. Some of them come with Phillips screwdrivers, so Phillips is great. I like the ratchet. It makes my life a lot easier knocking these off. So let's start with a brand new 24-volt pump. Okay, take a look at what we're after right out of the box. And if those that have 12-volt systems, you'll know right away that we don't have the screws in the back. When you see the screws back here, that's a 12-volt motor. When you don't see the screws back here, like right here, you know it's a 24-volt. But we're going to be taking the heat sink off anyways, so we can view inside there. Just check the plate on that, set it off to the side. Does it say 24 volts? Yes, it does, just to be 100% sure. So the problem with Pump B, Module B on a Cape Horn Extreme, is all SureFlow pumps are going to come with the pump head orientated on the motor itself, just like this. The brackets at the bottom, pump heads here, input, output. Well, on Pump B, this needs to be reorientated so it matches up the bracket and the input and output to the hoses. So we actually have to reorientate this pump. This is an easy thing to do on a 24-volt, but we want to be very careful. One of the careful things we want to do is we'll take this pump motor off. What we don't want to do when we pull the bolts out is to pull the whole motor out with it. So the first thing we're going to do is release the screws, and you'll notice there's 6 screws total. When you see these screws between this and here, this short one right here, that takes the pump head apart. We just want to take the pump head off, so make sure we get the right 3 screws. Zip those off real quick. Again with the T25. Get over here, the other one. I give you a quick look at the 3 that are coming out so it makes sense. Okay, here are the 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, these are the 3 screws that we've removed. I just want to give you a showdown on that. Okay, you notice this one's going into the base. This one just holds the pump itself together. So we're not taking those 3 out. Only this one, this one, and of course this one. Okay. Now you'll notice I have the pump sitting on its backside. So we're going to leave it for right now. So at this point, this pump head will completely come off, right off the shaft. We do have a flat here. We're going to set this pump, we want to reorientate 180 degrees. Okay, so we're just going to set this off to the side first. I'm going to turn this around. Okay, we also want to know there's orientation lines right here on the part we're going to turn and the motor casing itself or the magnets, and there's one down here. We're going to do a complete 180 degrees. Okay, on some of the rebuilt old Santa Cruzes, Gulfstreams, we may be moving it only a third of the turn instead of 180 degrees, but for most of the time it's going to be a 180 degree turn. So once we take the pump head off, okay, we see inside here, these are the 2 bolts we're after. Okay, these are 5/16 or 8 millimeter will work as well. I like a little bit of an extended stock socket to get to it. Okay, it's sitting up here in this position on purpose. Okay, when we start taking these bolts out, that's the way we want to leave it. So we'll take these bolts out real quick. This is what holds the motor together. In the back of this, of course, are the brushes. This is why we want to be careful we don't do the wrong thing by pulling this completely apart. We pull this whole shaft out of here, and we're going to be slipping past the brushes on the commutator, and they are fun to put back together. So if you just do it this way, we'll be fine. There we go. Sometimes I'll use the ratchets to break them free. I just pre-loosen them up. Now, once again, now the 2 bolts are out. That's what holds this whole thing in position. Now all we have to do, and you'll see the mark, we're going to move it 180 degrees over to this side. Just gently turn the whole motor while it's still sitting down there. It's that position. Let me see, we get it right about there. Okay. Then, carefully, without root, can you see the bottom here? Carefully, don't let this back plate, this is where the threads of those long screws go into. Don't let this fall out either. It should orientate straight back to it. So what we're going to do at this point, now we've reorientated the motor, we're basically changing the 3 holes in here so it sits, input and output sits differently. This is always the fun part right here, getting that first bolt in. You almost have to feel it. So if it drops down like that, it didn't make it. We've got to feel that right where that thread is. Let me see here. This is the fun one to get to. Okay, let me reorientate that straight. It was, the bottom slid a little bit. Now the problem with doing this is the magnets for the motor in there. There it goes. It popped in that little hole. If you can get one, just get the one started. You'll be fine. Well, the other one will line up a lot better. Okay, but those magnets, basically what's happening is, oops, excuse me, drops these. You're just sucking that around like that. As soon as it hits the magnet, it's hard to find that hole straight down. But once you get the first one, the second one should be fairly simple. Just help line. You'll feel it kind of drop there. Just kind of drop right into the threads. Then just tighten this back down. And you have basically reorientated a pump head. And nothing falls out. Just give the motor a little bit of a spin. Make sure if those brushes fell out, you wouldn't be able to do this. You'd feel it. So now this is all nice and tight. Now we reorientate our pump head. Find the flat. Get directly good. Okay. Now my pump head is in the opposite direction. Okay. Just want to give you that orientation. It can go in 3 different positions. So whichever fits your input and output on your pump B module, you'll just adjust this to it. And it will fit in there. It'll usually sit in an angle like this. Your input's coming from the feed pump itself, the white bracket input, so your little short hose right there, that's what goes, and now it's properly orientated, and of course your output going to your Clark pump. All right, and that's basically it. Of course, we drop the 3 bolts back in. Using our Torx T25 fitting bit, drive it right back in. No reason to sit and watch me do all this. And of course, once that's back on, just press your heat sink back on as well, and you're set to go. That's it. Okay, don't forget, if you have any questions on anything, you can always give us a call. But secondly, leave in the comments section if you'd like to see a video on any particular part of your Spectra, any of the models that Spectra produces that you just have a question on and maybe a video would help explain something better. Throw it in the comments section and we'll try to take care of that as well. It's becoming kind of popular. I'm starting to get questions. In fact, this particular one, the 24 volt motors, because it's different. There's no video out there, and I just got that from Cruisers Forum. One of the members over there asked about it. It's a perfect time to make a video like this. So anything you have that you have any questions on, you'd like to see a video, please leave us a comment in the comment section. Thank you very much. Have a great day.